In this video, guys, we're going to look at what's the one thing to focus on that moves the needle the most. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to my opinion on what is the one thing to focus on that moves the needle the most for traders. In other words, what's the one thing that gives you the best results? You have to focus on one thing. What's it going to be? So we've got trading strategy. Is it getting the right trading strategy? What about charting and TA, technical analysis and charting, getting better, analyzing the charts, getting better, understanding where the price is going to go? What about risk management? All super important, right? If you haven't got a right strategy, you can't make any money. If you can't do well at reading the charts, then maybe you haven't got an idea where the market's going to go. Difficult to place your stops, place your limits, get a feel for what's happening in the market. All that risk management, crucial, right? If you're losing money, everything else goes out the window. Well, actually, it's none of those. These are all super important. Don't get me wrong. Risk management's particularly having the right strategy. They all play part of a puzzle. But the question wasn't what is useful or what things should you do. It's what's the one thing you should focus on that moves the needle the most. And this is the one thing to focus on that will move the needle the most. And it is mindset. Why is it mindset? Because if you were to analyze or poll every trader out there and say to them, hey guys, what's causing you to lose money trading? What's causing you to not make as much money as you like in trading? Is it your strategy? Is it your ability to read charts? Is it your risk management? Or is it not having the discipline to stick to the trading plan? And I would guess that the majority of people, in fact, I know the majority of people will say, hey, you know what? It's having the discipline to stick to my trading plan, which comes down to this, guys. It comes down to mindset. The whole discipline thing comes down to the broad overall approach that you have to your trading. And so how do you fix it? How do you focus on the one thing that moves the needle the most? Well, do you know what? You don't actually look to traders for the answers. You go further up the field. You go further up and you go, right, well, maybe I should be listening to some more people who are telling me about mindset coaching. So listen, I don't think you should go you find something that suits you is the answer. Some people will like certain types of characters, some people like other types of characters. I've talked about people like Ed Mylett, for example, nothing to do with trading, great podcasts, talks about mindset, talks about growth, talks about personal development. There are the classics like Tony Robbins. There's a big variety of people that, some people don't like them, but you find the one that works for you. But the important thing is, guys, is that will help you with your trading, because having the talk in your mind that says, you know what, I'm going to, and techniques and strategies for discipline, it's the same whatever you're trying to achieve. You're trying to lose weight, you're trying to stop smoking, you're trying to gain muscle, you're trying to do this, trying to do that. There's generally habits, and this is what happens with our trading, guys. Why we don't stick to our trading plans is that very often we kind of lack the discipline required to do things. We're trying to do too many things at once. Number one, we're trying to overcome things that are impossible when we've got all the other things. We're trying to take on too many tasks. We're giving ourselves, not the bite-sized chunks. We don't have the right approach to doing it. And so mindset is such a crucial part of it. So I recommend podcasts from people like Ed Mylett, Andy Frisella, even things like another guy, Bedros Koulian, he does the Empire podcast. Some of these are more aligned to different industries like marketing, sales, or fitness and what have you. And, like I say, pick the one that suits you. But if you seek out this kind of stuff, and it's nothing to do with trading, they're not traders, but the kind of things that the actual tactics and tips that you get from these guys will help you in your trading, because the biggest thing for most traders is the lack of discipline. It comes into the mind. That's the only thing to control. It's not a skill or something, is it? Well, it is a skill in reality, but it's not something that you can't fix yourself. It's something that's just the way you think, it's the way you approach, it's the way you act in response to something. So it can be fixed, and that will help loads. So going out of the ecosphere of traders, because I know we all stay in this little bubble, don't we? We kind of look at, it's probably got some of your favorite traders you watch on YouTube, listen to on podcasts and stuff, and we stay in this whole ecosphere. And it's quite handy occasionally, guys, to step out and go into these different ones and listen to some of these guys who are in different industries completely and how they approach things. And And you notice a lot of similarities. You notice that, perhaps in the fitness industry, there's some hurdle that many people can't get over. And you think, well, actually, that's very relatable to trading. So how did they do that? Or in another completely different business, like one of the guys runs a large supplement business. Again, it could be anything he's selling, but the point is he's selling something on e-commerce perspective. And so there's hurdles that have to be overcome with that. And operational things of how to deal with that can then be taken into trading. And very often, guys, you take these awesome nuggets from some of these guys, and like I said, just a few there that I've mentioned, but there's loads of others out there, and find one that suits you. And you go, right, well, actually, I'm going to implement it in my trading. Okay, I'm going to do a 30-day plan with my trading. I'm going to do this with the one goal that knowing that if I fix your discipline, or if you fix your discipline, then that is the one thing that moves the needle the most. Because if you look at the pie chart, if you can fix it, and by the way, you're always going to be evolving and improving, but if you can get better at that one thing, then the other things, almost, yes, you can then start to look at your strategies and your risk management and stuff. But if that's the biggest thing, it's like knocking over that one big domino that helps everything else, it makes sense to focus on that. And so this video is about, listen guys, go out of the trading circle, go into places that might not feel as comfortable going into. You might like, oh, I'm not so sure about listening to this. Is it a bit so woo-wah, what have you? Maybe it is. Maybe you listen to it going, that's a bit too much. Or maybe you go, you know what? I'm going to take some of that. That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to put it into my trading because my mindset is so important. Investing in myself is always going to pay dividends. So anyway, guys, that's the one thing to focus on that moves the needle the most. Mindset, however you choose to do it. And let me know if you've got any thoughts in the comment section below. Is there any kind of self-improvement, self-development, podcasts, people, books that you listen to that are worth doing? I'll probably do another video where we talk about, completely off topic, where we talk about these kind of books and these podcasts and listing them all out. And so if you chuck yours in the comment section below, I'll check them out because I'm always interested in that as well. And we'll maybe do a big video on that at a later date. Take care, what you're doing, guys. Bye-bye.